we are at the Indianapolis Spring Swap Meet, Indianapolis, and it's Friday about noon. It's pretty well overcast. Been looking like it's going to rain, but there's still a lot of people out here. A lot of parts, cars for sale. We'll go around and look at some of those. So people are still out here having fun, enjoying it, despite the clouds overhead. Hopefully tomorrow will be a little nicer weather and we'll get some more folks out here. But even today, we got good stuff going on. So this looks like it might be a Mustang, but is it? Not at all. Check out this cab over car carrier. Here we have a 58 Chevy next to a 57 Ford convertible. Cortez. Slant 6 Chrysler Dodge, runs good. 14 miles per gallon, 4-speed, new tires. So here we are at the Indianapolis Swap Meet, Spring Swap Meet, and we are talking with
Mike Glanz.
And you have some just amazing toy cars here. Tell me a little bit about how old they are, where you got them from, and all that.
Well, they're mostly in the 1920s. These are, but the first three here are Buddy L trucks, and kind of rare. They're hard to find in good shape. I've been collecting for about 15 years and have about 100 different pressed steel trucks of different brands. But they're kind of addictive to collect.
Yeah, they're so cool. Are some of them more rare than others, or is there some?
Yeah, these mostly are pretty common ones here. The dump truck, they probably have made more dump trucks than all the rest of the styles of trucks put together, because they were sold more because they were the cheapest model back then. And but some of these are a little rare. This one over here, it has electric lights, and it's a ride-on fire truck version, and it's probably the hardest to find one here. In fact, it's the only one I've seen like it.
So here we are talking with Carlos at the Indianapolis Swap Meet here, and Carlos is from Bumper Boys. I see you guys everywhere. Tell me a little bit about what all shows you go to.
Basically just some of the major ones here, like I would say for Englishtown, Hershey, Carlisle. That's some of the bigger ones. And then we go to Springfield, and there's just so many of them. But I guess anything that's good, I guess we'll be there.
Where do you end up finding the bumpers to start with that you?
Basically, either swap meets or I get them at the junkyards in California and most of the western states. You know, running around there, just actually, you know me now. They almost pile them all up instead of crushing them. They just cut them off and leave them out there for me, anything from the 70s on down. And then we just, every routine route we do, we pick them up and then we bring them back to the shop.
Is there certain vintage type, like is there like 60s or 70s or older? What seems to be selling the most now? Or?
The most now probably would be in the 60s. I think the 60s would be pretty much taking over all the market right now. And then you do get some 50s, but mostly 60s now.
Do you try to stock a little bit of everything, or just kind of some of them you kind of get as demand? If somebody comes up with a like 60 Oldsmobile, I don't know if you have that or not, but do you just go out and find it as need be, or some you always keep in stock, or how do you?
Vice versa. If I have it, I'll run it. If not, then I have like locations where to get them, and I'll either call them, order through them, and they'll bring it in for me, and then we'll hook up places like say like in a feature show, and then he'll bring his old part, and I'll bring my new part, and we'll exchange it there. But basically, just kind of a thing where I've been doing it so long, I just know so many people, and we just basically know where everything's at, basically, you know. And then there's always Hemmings when it gets rough, you know.
Do you do more of like selling new bumpers to people, or are people bringing in their bumpers for replating, which seems to be more?
I basically do a lot more exchange, you know. That's very seldom where they'll bring their parts in and they want them exchanged. Most of their parts are pretty rough, you know, to start off with. So most of them want to have them exchanged, you know. Either that or beat up, pretty much, you know.
You never know.
How bad of a bumper can somebody bring in and you still have any good out of it?
It all depends how rare it is, you know. You know, if I can exchange it, you know, they're more willing to go through that. And if it's all rotted out, say the bumper's all ripped or bent to pieces, you know, that's more or less, you know, get so much core credit for that if you get any at all. You know, but as long as they're not rotted up, I take them in.
What's been like some of the like rarest, hardest to find, like some unusual requests you had to look forever for?
Basically, it's 55 Cadillac rear bumper ends, 57 Buick rear bumper ends. Most of them are rears, you know, because all the exhaust and then whatever kicks back in there just rusts them all up. You know, basically it's the rears, like 64 Galaxy rear bumper. Just about every one of them are rotted out, and they're just getting too hard to find now, you know.
So tell people if they want to get a hold of you, what's the best way?
Either go to the website, bumpboys.com, or just see me at the shows, at the major shows I go to, you know.
Well, thank you so much.
You got it.
We're standing here with Jim Winston at Winston Classic Panels here at Indianapolis. Tell us a little bit about what all you carry.
We got all the truck parts, floor pans, rocker panels, cab corners, stuff like that. And then we sell the cowl induction hoods, just replacement fenders, doors, things like that for your Chevy, Ford truck. And we got Camaro and Chevelle quarters, basically. We used to handle the whole line for Roadrunner and all that, but all we do is Roadrunner, we do the Mopar Nats, and that's about it anymore. And we're based out of Dysart, Pennsylvania, which is near Altoona. We just run around from Wisconsin to Florida and do the whole East Coast doing car shows. We're on the road most every weekend.
I see you got two big semis full of parts there.
Yep.
What part of your inventory can you fit in these semis there?
Well, what you see laying here came here, you know. Some people wonder how we do it, but, you know, they look in there and it looks still full half the time, and they say, how did that come out of there? Yeah, it did. You know, luckily you can get it back in when you brought it, you know, so.
Excellent. Yeah. Are there any certain parts that seem to sell more than others, or?
Not really. Not in my business. Everything basically moves about the same. There isn't anything that's really, really hot, you know. Everybody, I got what people need, you know, so that's what it counts.
Are there certain parts that are just really hard to get that people are looking for and just hard for you to get, or?
Not really. Not really. Most of the things I have, they can buy someplace else. They just pay twice as much for it. That's about it. We try to save the people money because we're at the show. They paid to come here. They can see what they get. If you're the same price as everybody else Monday through Friday, they'll wait till Monday through Friday to buy it. So we discount it and make it worthwhile coming to buy.
So if people want to get a hold of you and buy from you, they need to
go to the car show. We don't have any. We're not home to answer the phone, you know. So, but I got a cell number, but usually we don't get that many phone calls. Most people just, are you going to be there, Jim? Do you have this so I can run to the show? That's about it. Yep.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Here we are. Tell me who you are.
Ron Bowers.
You sell?
From Heron, Illinois. And I just mainly sell antique classic car parts, mainly GM and Corvette. Hubcaps, wheels, a little bit of everything for automobiles.
There's certain things that seem to sell a lot more people requesting, or?
Some places it does, you know. I just leave it all in the pile. It's always there, that way I can find it. Instead of just picking and bringing something, I just leave it all in there and add more. You know, that way everybody's got a little variety. Keep looking around, see what's up, and find the piece they need, you know. Throw it all out where they can find it. They don't have to dig for it, you know.
Where do you end up finding most of the parts you sell?
Here and there. Body shops, salvage yards, friends, wherever you can get a deal, auctions. Sometimes estate auctions and stuff, you know. Shops going out of business.
Is this a part-time or is this a full-time?
I just do it as a hobby since my health got me in '97. I've done it all my life, old cars and parts, but I've been doing this for 8 years. Just hobbying it, you know. And as you can see, I got a little bit of everything.
I'm Ed Durham, Clayton, Indiana. When it comes to being about money, I can go to any flea market with these trailers and set them up, and I'm going to sell, because everybody uses bolts, nuts, and screws. And it's relative to this antique auto non-profit thing, you know. It works real well for them guys too. I'm a mechanical nut. I've welded and worked on trucks, trailers, and cars, and old cars, and hot rods all my life. And I like it. I really like it.
Dick Meyer from Springfield, Illinois, doing business with Steve Bell, and we call ourselves Ralph and Alf, the Auto Maniacs.
Okay, good. Tell us a little about what you sell.
Mostly automotive petroleum collectibles, a little bit of Coca-Cola and other beverage-related things, but largely memorabilia rather than auto parts.
Where do you end up finding a lot of things you have for sale?
Comes from garage sales, from other auto parts swap meets, auctions.
Steve Bell, and partner with Dick Meyer. And some of the things that we have is this is an oil cabinet with a lot of the different oil cans that we have. And we've got original and reproduction globes that we've gotten over time. And then we've got a variety of signs. We've got Kindle signs, Pennzoil. There's a Seaboard Railroad sign. Here are some of the cans that Dick has stripped down and painted.
These are all oil cans.
Yes, they're 5 and 10 gallon type oil cans.
What were these originally used for?
To bulk oil that they've had. Okay, we can be reached either at Dick's residence or my own, Steve Bell, at 309-747-2916, or Dick Meyer in Springfield at 217-498-9562.
I'm Roger Morse, and the name of my company is Lasercraft.
And what all do you? It looks like license plates, and what all different types of?
Well, we do laser engraving. We make custom mirrored parts, which this mirror, a lot of people walk by and they think this is chrome. This is mirrored acrylic, which is mirrored plexiglass. And the way we engrave it is we take the laser and we cut about 15 thousandths off of the back, which removes the mirror finish, and then whatever color we paint on the back shows through the other side. And then the wood products, we do jewelry boxes, pencil holders, and we take the same machine and we engrave directly into the wood with the laser. My internet address is Cobeer at Yahoo, COBEER at yahoo.com.
Thank you so much.